Welcome to the Workouts for Older Men podcast. I'm Skip LaCour, and if you've been around fitness long enough, you already know this. Most men are not being told the truth, not because the truth is complicated, all right, but because it's uncomfortable. Today's episode is not motivational fluff. It's not about hacks, shortcuts, or the latest trend. It's about what actually matters if you're a little older, you've been training for years, and you're frustrated that your body isn't responding the way it should. I'm going to say things in this episode that a lot of people won't say. Not because they don't know them, but because they're afraid of resistance. If you're ready to take full ownership of your training, your nutrition, and your results, stay with me. This is Workouts for Older Men. Let's get into it. Here are 10 things older men should know about fitness, but no one is going to bother telling you. Let me ask you something straight up. Can you handle the truth? Not the motivational, feel-good version, not the Instagram-friendly version, the real truth. Because most older men say they want it, but the moment they hear it, they resist it, argue with it, or explain why it doesn't apply to them. And that's exactly why no one tells you what I'm about to tell you. The men who've been training for decades, the men who still look great, and the men who quietly get results year after year, they already know these things. They also know most men won't listen. You're getting your information from undertrained minds, from people who are afraid to offend, from experts who have never lived this long in a disciplined body. If you want to move to the next level, and I mean actually change the way you look, move, and feel, then listen to all of this slowly and take responsibility. One, if you're counting macros, you're counting calories, whether you admit it or not. Macros aren't magic, they're math. If you don't like what you see in the mirror, it's not because your macro ratio is off by 5%. There is no perfect ratio that overrides reality. Calories matter, period. If you're avoiding that truth, you're avoiding results. 2, there are no superfoods that make you lean or fat by themselves. Fat loss comes down to calories first, not buzzwords, not labels. You should eat nutritious foods. You can get lean without eating perfectly clean. Both can be true. And while we're at it, there are no magical diets either. Anyone selling you one is selling hope, not results. 3, high reps don't get you lean, and they don't build impressive muscle either, abs, arms, chest, man, boobs. None of it improves unless the muscle underneath is overloaded. 50 sit-ups feel productive. They're not. If the muscle isn't challenged beyond what it's used to, it won't change. Overload matters, whether through weight or ruthless efficiency. Comfortable workouts produce comfortable mediocrity. 4, perfect form isn't the reason you don't look the way you want. This one bothers people. Your form is not the problem. If it were, everyone with good form would look incredible. They don't. Look elsewhere. And if that statement annoys you, that's a clue. 5, heavy weights don't hurt you. Using weights that are too heavy for you does. Heavy is relative. No one tells you what weight to use, but if the set isn't hard, by the end, it's not doing much. Smart intensity builds muscle. Ego lifting builds injuries. Learn the difference. 6, you are not gaining 10 pounds of pure muscle this year, not drug-free, not at this age, not with years of training behind you. You might gain weight on the scale. Most of it won't be muscle. That doesn't mean you can't look phenomenal. You absolutely can. It just won't happen through fantasy math. 7, confusing the muscle is nonsense. Your muscles aren't confused. They're under challenge. Progressive overload is what prevents adaptation. That's it. You don't need constant program hopping. You need better execution and patience. 8, nutrition is more important than 80% of the equation. That 80-20 line gets thrown around by people who don't understand the process. Nutrition doesn't just support training. It dictates how your body responds to it. Get this wrong and nothing else matters. 9, if you don't know how many calories you're eating, you'll never lose the last 10 to 15 pounds. You can guess, you can hope, you can complain, or you can measure. Stubborn fat isn't stubborn. It's misunderstood. 10, training details aren't as important as you think. This is where many disciplined, intelligent men sabotage themselves. Too rigid, too analytical, too black and white. At a certain point, more information doesn't move you forward. It holds you back. Your next breakthrough probably isn't another exercise tweak. It's perspective, the bottom line. If you're still chasing secrets, shortcuts, or perfect plans, you're not ready. Results come from ownership, from accepting uncomfortable truths, from doing what works, not what feels good. I don't say this to discourage you. I say it because I want more for you. If you're willing to drop the excuses, challenge your assumptions, and take full responsibility for the process, your body can still surprise you. But only if you stop lying to yourself. That's the standard. And if you're ready to live up to it, I'll meet you there. Well, that does it for this Workouts for Older Men podcast episode. If this episode hit a nerve, that's a good thing, because progress doesn't come from hearing what you want to hear. It comes from facing what you need to hear. If you're tired of guessing, tired of spinning your wheel, and ready to approach your fitness with clarity, structure, and accountability, I want you to reach out. Go to talkwithskip.com, fill out the questionnaire, send me a picture. Let me learn about you, your body, your goals, and what's been holding you back. We'll see if coaching makes sense and if I'm the right guy to help you take this to the next level. And remember, let's take on the day with a sense of urgency. We have to, because we're a little older. We've got more time behind us than we do in front of us. Make today count. Have an awesome day.